Welcome to today's video. Today's video we're going to be talking about how you can save more money on Octopus, more specifically Agile Octopus, and how you're going to do that. Now this will translate into a lower cost per kilowatt hour unit for you, and basically ensuring by using these apps and services that I'm going to show you, your unit cost will fall dramatically. Now all the apps I'm going to discuss today 100% work on an iPhone. I'm pretty sure there's Android versions available for all these, but I know they work on an iPhone because that's the phone I have, so that's what we'll be discussing. The first one I'm going to be discussing is called Octopus Watchdog. Now Octopus Watchdog links into the Octopus API, you sign it all up with the Octopus API and log into your account and fix it all up. Once you've got it set up, it will pull all your meter data and meter usage, and it will look at what Octopus's prices are after Octopus publish them after 4 o'clock and show them in the app. Now it does show them in a very easy to understand table. Red means the prices are going to be high, so you're in the peak prices. Amber means medium prices, and then green, which is the low prices for the day. And it's, you know, pretty easy to see, nice colour charts, very quick and easy to see, which is great. What this app has, which other apps do not have, is it also has the ability to see your gas usage. Now the rest of these apps that I'm going to talk about don't pull up your gas usage because they're mainly used to try and save on Agile, but this one allows you to see your gas usage as well, which is, I think, pretty useful. Now if you don't know, because Octopus Agile is in beta, you don't get regular billing every 30 days. Sometimes it takes 2 months. I've even had it take 6 months for bills to come through on Go and Agile because they require the meter data to be perfect, and sometimes it takes Octopus to get some time for that. And if you want to understand how that works, I did an interview with Greg, who is the CEO of Octopus, and he explains the complexity of dealing with Go and Agile, and go and give that a watch. But basically this allows you to see a snapshot of what your bill should be. So it'll show you the last 30 days of usage from what they've got from the meters, and also the last 30-day average cost per kilowatt. So it lets you know if you're averaging, 8p per kilowatt hour, 12p per kilowatt hour, 14p per kilowatt hour, and gives you that snapshot. And the same with the gas, tells you what you're using for the gas and what the cost of that gas usage is for you. And that for me is a bit of a winner for seeing very quick results, and I enjoy using this app. This app is one of my staples. Now the next app sounds very much like the first app I've just said, which is Octopus Watch. So there's Octopus Watchdog, which is the first one I just said. Now this one is Octopus Watch, and this has a couple of layers to it. So they have a standard service. You download the app, you pay for the app, and you get some standard statistics out of it. So one of the standard statistics they give you is it gives you the prices that Octopus released, just like Octopus Watchdog does. It also gives you the ability to select how long you want to leave an appliance on. So yes, if you're charging an electric car and you've got timers that can turn off and off the car, great. Or you might have a dishwasher, or you might have some rechargeable batteries like me. If you scroll the system and say, I want to charge, these things are going to be on for the next 4 hours, it'll give you the cheapest 4-hour block, 5-hour block, 2-hour block, however long you're going to run your appliance. It will give you the average cheapest cost over that period, rather than this is the cheapest half-an-hour period, which is great for stuff like I said, like washing machines, dryers, and basically things that are running non-stop and you can't turn them off and on during those half-an-hour period fluctuations. You just want them on. And this does that perfectly. Now, like I said, there is a subscription side of it. You can subscribe to Octopus Watch, and this gives you some features that I think is well worth the money that they charge for it. In fact, I've spoke to the developer of this. He's actually been very kind enough to give me a beta version of this, and then he's also given me a full subscription version of this. And I didn't want to do this video until I had a real good play and mess around with it. So I've been using this app now for a good 2-3 months. And what it lets you do is it lets you see predictions based on the wholesale rate of what the next 24 and 48 hour period's going to be. So you can pre-predict if you're going to charge today, tomorrow, or maybe just wait a little bit longer. And this does allow you to do some really cool things. For example, let's say I got today at 4 o'clock and the cheapest rate tonight is 6p. But the prediction algorithm on this app might tell me tomorrow the cheapest rate tomorrow predicted will be about 3p. So I'm not going to charge tonight, I'm going to save it for the next day. But you might see that the cheapest rate is 6p today, However, tomorrow it's going to hit, the cheapest rate is going to hit 8p. So you can take that bet that you're better just trickling a little bit of charging tonight. And this does allow you to make some more savings on Octopus, because you can pre-predict if Friday's a cheap night, or if Saturday's a cheap night, or if Sunday's a cheap night. And I've been watching how the algorithm works. Now, as you get closer towards the actual price release at 4 o'clock, it gets perfect. The price is spot on. It doesn't miss it at all. As it's further away, 24 hours, 48 hours apart, it's a prediction, it's a guess, and it's not been bad, but it's never perfect. It's usually a little bit less than what they've predicted at. As far as I can remember, it's never been more, but I've displayed some of the predictions on the side on this screen here, and then you can have a look at how they've been doing. But it's one app that I really do like. I do like the idea of the prediction algorithms, because it's very, very, very useful to know if you should charge on the day where it may be expensive, say at 5p, but you might find out tomorrow is more expensive at 6p. But often I found that I can, judge better on when I'm going to charge my car. So this one is my favorite app, and I'm giving it my gold star of the one that you should download and subscribe to. There is some more bits that it does do. So it's similar to the first app. It can produce a PDF of what you averaged over the last 30 days. So it can give you your 30-day average with your 30-day average cost per kilowatt hour. There's a snapshot thing that compares it to the standard tariff, but most Octopus Go customers, Octopus Agile switching customers, will want to know the actual cost per kilowatt average. But it will let you produce a little PDF report, and I've done a couple of these PDF reports, and they are fantastically looking really nice. I just wish that this average over the last 30 days was done more like Octopus Watchdog, because if it was like that and also included the gas, then I probably wouldn't have Octopus Watchdog, I'd just have Octopus Watch. That's one for the developers that might want to consider if you're watching this, and include it in future app developments. The next one we're going to talk about is Ohme. Now, Ohme has a software-only version coming, but at the moment it's an app working with a piece of hardware. Now, if you didn't know about what Ohme is, there is a video top right all about the product, and you can see how it works and uses. But for the ones that don't want to watch that video, very quick summary. It will pause and restart the charging based on the price signal you set. So if you set that you don't want to charge above 4p, and the half an hour rate for that rate is 5p, it'll turn off the charger. If it then drops to 4p, it'll turn it back on. And then if it goes above again, it'll turn it off. And it can carry on doing this for however many half an hour periods there are till your battery's full. And if you're wanting to save money on Octopus Agile and you have an electric car, this is the easiest and simplest way of doing it, because Ohme pretty much manages all this pausing and starting all for you. Makes it very, 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 very easy to run your electric car using an Ohme cable. However, if you haven't got a non-tether charger, or you don't want to fit a new wall box called the Ohme wall box, then there is kind of a solution coming for you, and that is Ohme are doing an experimental system with Tesla owners, and it only works with Tesla owners. So unfortunately, if you still want it and you're not a Tesla owner, you're going to have to buy an Ohme cable. But if you're on Octopus Agile already, then you can have an Ohme cable from Octopus at a reduced rate. It's £200 for that cable, and you will see that money back in saving. If you have got two electric cars, you can see it back with one electric car. It'll just take longer to get the returns, but on 2 electric cars, you'll earn that money back in no time, saving on Octopus Agile. But if you are a Tesla owner and you want to take part in the Ohme trial, there is a link down below in my description. Give it a click, sign up to their beta program, and report back to me what you think, and let me know how it goes. Now, of course, Octopus are not the first company to use Tesla's API in a way that turns on and off the charger. There's already an app for that, and that is EV.Energy. EV.Energy does exactly the same as what I think Ohme are doing, but Ohme said they've got something cleverer up their sleeve, but won't tell me why it's under beta and why they're testing it. But EV.Energy, same app for Tesla owners only. Sorry everyone else. You can download this app, connect it to the Tesla API, and it will turn off your charger off and on depending on what price you set within the app. It also works with some other chargers. I believe it works with Rolex chargers, but I'm more of a fan of some other charge companies. People already probably know that from my last video where I took my Rolex out and replaced it with an Ohme cable. But yeah, if you are interested in looking at EV.Energy, have a look at that. if you've got certain charges and you're with certain other different energy companies, they offer some reward system. And talking about rewards, if you're not an Octopus Energy customer, there's a link down below, scrolling across the screen, and also in my description to get you £50 if you sign up to Octopus Energy. You get £50, I get £50, helps my channel grow, it helps me pay for microphones, do trips, make more videos. So by signing up to Octopus Energy, not only will you get 50 quid, but you also help support my YouTube channel. Now another one, which I've actually dived and mentioned this app before, which is IFT, IFTTT, and it's if this then that. Now if this then that works with Octopus Energy. Octopus Energy pay IFT a subscription to work with IFT, and you can connect IFT with other smart home products. Now I've done a video on how to make it work with smart plugs upright, and that makes plug sockets, normal 13 amp plug sockets, turn off and on. You can buy a whole host of devices that work with this. Again, there's a video about all how that works, but you can basically use IFT to control pretty much anything that's smart enabled or Wi-Fi enabled. So you can say to Octopus Energy, when this price falls below this price, do this. Or what some people can do, and if you know, it's up to you if you want to be a bit geeky and a bit cool about it, you could have a light in your house flash red when the prices are high, flash amber when they are medium, or flash green when you should plug everything in. And it's a good price signal. It's also maybe a bit of fun to tell the kids maybe to not use as much energy or not use this, and it can be quite useful even to me. So I am going to buy a smart outdoor light for when I come home. I'm going to be greeted by a colour to let me know if the price over the night is low enough that I should remember to plug my car in. And this should be a helpful reminder to anyone. So basically I'm going to say to the charger, if there's a cheap period below 4p, when I arrive home with my iPhone, flash my outdoor light green. And so when I come home, there'll be a nice little reminder as I'm pulling up to my street of a green light flashing to tell me to plug in. If you can think of stuff that can work with IFT or even other Octopus apps that I haven't thought of, then please let me know down in the description. Now, the much more observant of you will notice that there is one particular app that I've completely and utterly missed and not even mentioned once. And it's the app that everyone's probably going, why have you not mentioned Octopus Energy's own app? Octopus Energy have an app on the iOS store, Android store, to log into your Octopus account, and I haven't mentioned it because it's a load of rubbish. It's rubbish. If you're an Agile customer, it's rubbish. It's rubbish if you're just a normal customer. You can't see the Octopus Agile rates for the rest of the day. Why? Their website is brilliant. Their website works really well. You can see the upcoming prices, but I'm so surprised that Octopus have not included Octopus Agile prices built in their own app. I mean, they own the app. Why have they not done it? Why has it took other companies to use Octopus API in a more inventive way than Octopus? I'd really like to see Octopus maybe buy out one of these inventive companies and, you know, combine it into their own app, because that's what's missing. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out my other videos, check out my Patreons, and thank you very much, and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.